When is the last time someone told you that you were beautiful, that you were a genius, that you were very special, and that you were unique? It happens a lot when we're children, and actually it's more important to hear these things when we grow up and we become adults. I'm Ricky Calabat. Welcome to my Live a Legacy channel. My intentions are to alter the trajectory of your life by providing you with valuable information that can create new possibilities for you, your future, and your family. Okay, so you are very special, and sometimes we need a little reminder. Because when we're growing up, we're not fully in love with ourselves. There's certain things that we don't like about the way we look, the way we talk, the way we sound. Most of it is beyond our control, right? And that's why we don't like it, right? That's why people say, oh, you want what you don't have. You don't really want it, what you don't have. You just admire it because you don't have it. Does that make sense? So, this episode of Straight Talk is to help you love yourself first, right? Not try to pretend to be somebody that you're not. Don't try to go out into the public and try to be who you think other people want you to be, and try to be politically correct, and I better not say this, or I better not do that. I don't want to offend somebody. Because at the end of the day, the more you are so consumed with focusing on how other people see you, how you're perceived by everybody else, the more that affects your psychology, the more it's going to dictate your actions and take you farther away from being true to yourself. Now that's so important, I should say that again, but there's no way I can remember all that, so I'm just going to keep going, okay? But you get the point, right? I mean, that is profound, and yet, every day we go to work, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's our friends, maybe it's our family. We pretend to be somebody that we're not. And how is that working out for you so far? Terrible. It is, because you're not being true to yourself, you're putting on a face, you're putting on a show, and you're trying to make everybody happy, and guess what? You're not. You're upsetting as many people as you're making happy, so at the end of the day, you're not achieving the results that you think you are, but the one thing that you are for sure achieving is not being happy internally with who you are and pretending to be someone else. So that is the message here, is be true to your word. Start with yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself first, right? You have to understand, you have your moral compass, you have your values, you have your integrity. Nobody can take that away from you, right? As long as you stay beautiful, special, and unique, and gorgeous to yourself, then the people around you will see that person. You will attract the people that see the real you, and they like it. They want more of the real you. Instead of putting out these feelers and making the fake people happy, guess what you're going to get more of? You're going to get more of the fake people that are going to be attracted to you. And now you're like, oh my God, now I got too many of these fake friends that I have to pretend to like. No, don't do that. Get rid of them. Find your new friends that want the true you, and then watch how enjoyable your life will become. I promise you, it will happen. You have to be true to yourself. And sometimes in the beginning, we don't know exactly who that person is. That's part of the definition and defining it. And guess what? Life gives us challenges, right? Life is not all roses. We have lots of challenges. We have failures. We have setbacks. We have, lots of grief. All of these things, believe it or not, all of those life lessons are to ensure that you have the future successes. Okay? Now that I will say again. All of the bad things that have happened in your life were meant to happen because that is a success wrapped in an ugly package. But once you open it and once you get through it, then the success happens, right? Then the good things happen, right? We have to go through some bad times sometimes, right? For us to appreciate the good and be grateful and, be thankful for the love or for, the finances that we've always wanted or the family that we've always wanted, right? It's there, but not every day is going to be the best day ever, right? So actually I think of it as like seasons, right? I'm from Michigan, so there's definitely 4 seasons in Michigan. Now I'm in Miami, and there's like 2.5 seasons in Miami. Weather-wise, right? Weather-wise, right? There's hot, and there's really hot, and there's sometimes a little cold. But life is like that, right? So if we think of the seasons, the best time, believe it or not, the best time to prepare for the other seasons is in the winter, right? Think about it. The winter, it's hibernating season. We're inside. We've got there's only so much we can do. We're a little bit constricted. This is when the magic happens because it's in the winter when the doom and the gloom and the miserable things are happening in our life. That's the winter, right? People are dying. People are losing their jobs. People are getting divorced. Whatever is happening around you, that's winter. Okay? And it sucks. It does. It sucks. Right? You may need medication. You may need something to get through that, but you will get through it. Just keep in mind, no season lasts forever. Okay? The clouds will start to open. The sun will peek through. And then we get to spring. And then finally, yes, we start to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. And now we say, okay, it's spring. Then we start to get a little bit of energy. But if we didn't prepare in winter, then we start preparing in spring, and then we're behind the curve, okay? So winter, when things are horrible, is when you start planning for the fall, right? For the harvest season, as I call it. So spring, you get your momentum. You start to put those things that you had in place. You start implementing, you start taking action in spring because now you're out and about, you're making new connections, you're getting some new clients, things are really growing and maturing and evolving, okay? Perfect. And then we get summer. Summer, everything is humming along, okay? Now the opposite of winter is summer. So now it's hot. Now everything we touch turns to gold. All of a sudden we're getting lucky. All of a sudden things are falling in our place. And we need to appreciate summer, right? Because summer is great. If we don't appreciate summer, then our fall is not going to be as great as it can be. Okay? So summer is where really we manifest the magic. Okay? So first we create the magic, then we implement it. Summer, we manifest it, right? So we kick it into high gear. We just are all on top of it. We're full steam ahead, and we know that everything is working the way it should be working. And again, it's not going to last forever. So then when fall comes, it's harvest time. And harvest time, what I mean by that is reap the rewards of your hard work, all of the energy and time that you've spent. You need to reap those rewards, right? And enjoy them. Invest in real estate, invest in the stock market, take your money and save it, start a plan for your children, right? Reap all that income, all the rewards from all of your hard work is in the fall, is spectacular. Make sure you do that. Take your estate planning, reevaluate that, do different things for you and your family to prepare because you know what's coming, right? Another winter. We don't know when. Unfortunately, in our life, it doesn't work just like the calendar. Sometimes winter comes in the middle of summer. Sometimes fall comes after spring. So we don't know. We can't script it just like we can the weather. But I want you to just understand in your head how that works, that just know what season are you in. And when you're in that season, maximize it. Do what you have to do. Maximize that season that you're in. Even though you don't want to. Even though it sucks. Even though you don't want to, or even though it's hard and you're tired and the kids and all this stuff. Yes, but you have to appreciate the season that you're in and know it's going to change and prepare for the next season. And so when you see it, you're going to be like, aha, I'm in this season now, and you already have a plan on what you need to do. Make sense? All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Straight Talk. And please subscribe right now to my channel. Share and like with somebody that you believe can get value from this information as well. Connect with me on my social media in the description below. I do reply to all comments, so please send me a comment. Let me know how you like this video, what more you want to see in the future, because I have a whole list of things that I like to talk about, but I want to hear what you want to learn more about, okay? And lastly, check my library, because something that you probably want to learn about, or maybe you didn't know, is maybe sitting in my library. So check out my library. I got a ton of videos there that are very similar style to this one. And lastly, I just want to say, get out there, have a fantastic day, and touch people's lives in a positive way. Thank you very much.